Now, taking a live look at the Philadelphia skyline, as you can see here behind me, the city's health department has just issued that code red alert for air quality in the city. CBS News Philadelphia's Jan Carabello is live at the Art Museum right now with a real-time look at the conditions out there. Good morning to you, Jan.
Natasha, good morning. We have been experiencing these smoky conditions all morning long. Not only can you smell it, you can easily see it. Take a look behind me at the Ben Franklin Parkway. You can see that thick haze in the air covering the skyline. And as you mentioned, because of the conditions out here, the city just upped this from a code orange to a code red day, meaning this is unhealthy air for everyone. And because of that, we're now starting to hear from our local school districts that are taking precautions, including limiting time outdoors and planning for indoor recess. We are still awaiting word from the school district of Philadelphia. Meantime, health officials here in the city have issued these recommendations.
Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, bishops of Great Millstone that told me this truth. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. This Kodash Payah. And just recently, 2 days ago, today's what? Today's June 7th, 2023, and there was a fire that happened, wildfire that was happening in Canada. And see, New York, New Jersey, Philly, right? It's not that far from Canada. And these are the after effects, the smoke that traveled, so they say, right? And telling people to go back to wearing masks. I don't know why I did that. But, you know, and the sun was bright red. I even seen it in the morning. I took a picture of it, but yeah, there was no justice in that. You know, it was all cloudy, hazy. They saying, you know, it's a red alert, code red, giving people also restrictions, you know, to avoid going outside, to avoid access activities, you know, and this was for Philly, as well as New York, and there was other fires in Jersey, right? Other fires in New Jersey and on the west side of different states in the west side of the United States, all at the same time. And there was footage that people have captured helicopters actually dropping fire on these forests. And, you know, these news outlets, of course, they're going to blame it on climate change. And also they'll tell people, you know, come up with more restrictions, which is also part of the laws that they want to usher that fits those 17 laws of their Agenda 2030, right? It also deals with the climate. And with that being stated, it allows them to regulate where people can go. Oh, you can't go to the forest. You can't go here because of this reason or that reason. You got something called problem, reaction, solution, Hegelian dialectic. So we cannot be ignorant of Satan's devices, you know? There it is. You know? So people are actually waking up and seeing the fabrication behind these events. You know? Scriptures say, well, be not ignorant of anything small or great. Now, real quick, I want to read the book of Psalms, chapter 10. I'll start at 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And it's going into what? The nation of Edom, right? He sitteth, the ones that's, these elites, the royal class families that's ruling right now. You know? They are full of mischief and vanity. And fraud, it says, and deceit. To be deceived by someone who's a deceiver is what? A devil. You know, the frauds, they try to pretend to be humble, but mentally they have ulterior motives. You know? He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. his eyes are privately set against the poor. So, being crafty, right? Wickedness, like the footage I just showed you. The secret places. They do things in secret, and then they pretend to be, they come up with a solution, even though it was a problem that they caused. So it says his eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly, right, for that opportunity. As a lion in his den, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And also these wildfires, what they're doing is they're causing people to evacuate from those regional areas into the city areas. So you gotta understand the art of, these tactics. I was gonna say the art of war, but yeah. Verse 9, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And what's part of that net is a trap. 2020. People that got the jump shot, that was a trap. And see, just looking at the photos of before and after. That's why the scripture say the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Because when this place get lit up on fire during World War III, the missiles being shot off, it's going to turn the skies dark, cloudy. The moon, the sun, would change in its colors, in its brightness. So let's get real quick. The book of St. Luke chapter 12 verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I, if it be already kindled? Right? So real quick, let's get in fact, hold on. This is the book. Let's read Amos 5:20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Right? Joel 2:31. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. When the moon turns red, those are signs. These are signs in the skies, warnings. More chariots appearing. More wonders and signs seen in the skies. So we in some interesting times, man. Right? Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, right? Because a lot of people think the day of the Lord is just going to be forgiveness and hugs and shit. But no, the Lord's coming back for vengeance. And we're seeing it happening now. In a smaller degree. As we head to the beginning of sorrows, Jacob's troubles. So anyway, and this is a way for them to bring the mask, people get the mask back, things like that as well. But I just wanted to bring this out. And then you got a volcano over there in Hawaii. Right here, quick article. Hawaii Kilauea, if I'm saying it correctly, one of the world's most active volcanoes, begins erupting after 3 month pause, right? So I'm assuming they took this, a geologist or whatever, took this on a helicopter series June 7th, 2023. And then you also have one of the major dams, water dams over in Russia that's erupting, people being evacuated, right here. Zero Hedge FAA grounds all flights at NYC's New York's LaGuardia due to Canadian wildfire smoke as Blade Runners. So flights are being canceled. They're canceling. There's travel bans. Right? So that's also a way for them to restrict reasons for people not traveling, or restrictions on, traveling, whether it's in air or on ground. So, yeah, man. So with that, Shalom.